What happened with your last relationship on?
Okay. So I did not love my first two boyfriends, I don't think. Before that, it's so horrible. And that was one of the worst parts about going through the breakup. Is I was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna find anybody in LA because dating sucks in LA. The best dating app is Instagram.
Especially for girls.
Yes. That's how I get all my prospects. No!
What do you mean no? But we're
no hate, no shade.
We're toxic in a good way. We're like fun toxic.
Y'all don't talk about stuff that's bothering you until you're like completely fucking fed up and then explode. And it's like, listen, bro, we could have avoided this whole explosion if you told me what was bothering you.
I have this strategy which saves me a lot of money in therapy, where instead you find any mirror, bathroom mirror, bedroom mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, and you take your emotions and you stuff them deep down in your psyche.
Well, you want to hear some crazy shit,
Yeah.
so. I got a video sent to me of him doing things that are not okay in a relationship at a club. A lot of people don't understand. They're like, these Love Island relationships never work. Yeah, you're in a simulation, in a bubble. Oh my God, you're getting dressed, you're getting fed. These dates are like exquisite. You fall in love because you're in like a paradise.
Call him out.
One time, like one of the first nights, a huge ass fight broke out.
Do you want to sit with the peasants or do you want to ride roller coasters?
Yeah.
I got manipulated into having sex.
Low key. Me over. He tried to cheat on me with my male roommate.
Whoa, that's crazy. Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm your host, Zach Evans, and first of all, thank you to all of our listeners. We've been getting a ton of growth and engagement over the last couple of weeks, and we got to thank you guys out there for that. Today, we got a special guest on the show. This is Love Island star Sydney Paight.
Hey guys, been a minute. I haven't been on a podcast in forever.
Hey, start back at the top.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Awesome. So first question, we got to get knocked out of the way. What everybody wants to know, what happened with your last relationship on Love Island?
Okay. So I think this is honestly common knowledge at this point, but pretty much we were doing long distance. Long distance is super hard, but there was real love there. I honestly consider that relationship the first relationship I've ever had where I think I experienced love, especially at an adult level. Like comparing that to my others, like I did not love my first two boyfriends, I don't think. But yeah, so pretty much long story short, I got a video sent to me of him doing things that are not okay in a relationship at a club. And it just like really broke my heart. I didn't know what else to do. I cut it off. I did what I thought was right in the moment. It was really, really hard. The breakup was very hard, I think, on both of us. And since then, I've just been really focusing on myself, my work. I hope he's doing well. There's no hate there. I think we both kind of were at a point where or at least all I felt like I had was that relationship, and I think we needed to grow and evolve, both of us. But pretty much he cheated.
Gotcha. That must have been tough, I'm sure. And
it was horrible.
I think long distance relationships, I've never seen a single one work before.
Really?
I've had people try it. Unless it's like, okay, like I'm in college or something, I'm going away for the summer, I'm coming back. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But when it's just long distance, it's like, I don't know.
It sucks, especially when it's across the country. I feel like, honestly, for the whole year that we were together, all we were doing was la 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 la, flying back and forth, Miami, LA, like living in a la la land. Like, all right, what about work? What about career?
Real life.
Yeah, what about life? So, and honestly, that was the biggest part is when we did break up, coming out of that, I was like, whoa, who am I? Like, I was like, who am I? I had to find myself before I went on the show because I was such a strong woman, and I was like, I lost myself. I literally lost myself, but she's back.
Hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
She is back, and she's better than before.
So how has since then dating in LA? How's that been for you?
Comical. Dating in LA is comical. Up until recently.
Wait, but before that.
Okay, before that, it's
Yes.
so horrible. And that was one of the worst parts about going through the breakup. Is I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to find anybody in LA because dating sucks in LA. First of all, where I was going, nobody cute. Nobody cute. And I have a toxic trait of going for the pretty boys. Like, I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it, ladies.
You like the fuckboys. You like the fuckboys.
Yeah. I always have. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I'm proud of. But yeah, dating in LA, nobody cute was approaching me. And they were all like, no hate to like older guys, but like they were all very old. Like not even like in their 30s, like maybe older, you know? And I'm just like, no, that's not for me. Like, I'm not the type that cares about what kind of car you have, how much money you have. Like, I've never been that type. I've never even experienced like being like super spoiled like that before. Yeah, and they're all just like, honestly, for me, the biggest thing was that they weren't super cute.
What's your type, looks-wise? Let's start with looks first.
I don't know if I have a type. Okay.
Don't lie to me. Everybody, short, ugly, bald guys, do you like those guys?
No. Okay, my friends are probably going to watch this and be like, she totally has a type. Usually what I like is like, I like someone with some flavor to them, you know? Like, I don't like the granola type of guys. Like, I would say,
You don't like the boring.
No, I don't like the boring.
See, I like that you're honest about that.
No,
because most girls you talk to, who do you like? Yeah, I like the nice, sweet guys. I'm like, bullshit. I'm like, your last five exes were all fuckboys. What do you mean? You don't like the nice guys?
Yeah, I wish I liked the nice guys. Honestly, some of the fuckboys are nice. They have a good heart. They just have a little fuckery around them. Yeah. My type, I don't think I really have a type. I mean, I probably do, but okay. I'm going to get to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
Honest.
Okay.
In my relationship from college, I swear to God, I had lie to me tattooed on my forehead or something. This guy was such a liar. Honest, loyal, funny. I'm pretty funny, I have to say.
You are pretty funny. Yeah, you are pretty funny.
Someone that can make me laugh. I like a little bit of jewelry on a guy. You need to have good teeth somewhat. Like, braces, Invisalign.
It's not that expensive anymore.
Yeah,
Get it taken care of.
We're at the age where it's like, why? Like the first thing you see is teeth, you know? I want someone that is smarter than me because I want to be able to look up to my mans for, hey, taxes. Like, how the fuck do I do that? I don't know how to do taxes. Hey, my car broke down. Can you help me? Hey, just like someone that I can go to, you know?
I had a girl once that she had this parking ticket that she hadn't paid in like 2 years. And I was like, babe, like, every month they increase the price. And she's like, yeah, but I just don't know where to put the number.
2
like,
years.
It was like, she was just like putting it off and like ignoring it because it stressed her out. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
And I was like, you should have told me about this. I would have done it on like day one.
Yeah, God, I can't imagine. Yeah, I literally had a parking ticket too. And my permanent address is still my mom's address. So she always sends me pictures of bills. She's like, you need to pay this. You need to pay this. And I'm like, ugh. God. But yeah, how do we go from that to...
I don't know. But okay, so looks, you like jewelry. By that, do you mean you like... You said pretty boy. So you mean like not as much like the traditional like masculine like beard and like that guy. You like more the guy with the... earrings and kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know how... Okay, so I used to be a fuckboy back in my villain era. Now I'm very shy and romantic, but back in the day.
How old are you?
32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was a professional fuckboy. These fuckboys nowadays, it's like...
They don't know.
They have like a bed that touches 2 walls. Like,
yeah,
do you not know what a nightstand is? Like, what are you doing?
Frame,
no bed frame.
No bed.
They take their shirtless selfies at LA Fitness. It's like, go to Equinox like a real fuckboy and stop posting on Hinge, post on Raya. It's like...
Dude, I've never done a dating app.
Good for you.
I actually told myself, because I was living in LA by myself before when I got casted for Love Island, and I told myself, if I don't go on Love Island, I'm gonna start on a dating app.
No, it's not worth it. Yeah.
Oh no, but clearly the gods were like, fuck no, we're gonna put you on Love Island. But The best dating app is Instagram.
Especially for girls.
Yes. That's how I get all my prospects.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You realize after the show, you're now going to have like 100 guys sliding in.
Yes, but out of the 100, there's usually one or two good ones. That are worth the response. Click on their profile, go to scroll and see.
See if they're hot.
Not that, but I'm very good at seeing through people as well. Like, I can see by what they post, how they're posting, Instagram bio, like, I could tell.
What are some red flags or icks?
The biggest red flag / ick is, I'm sure you get a lot of these DMs too. Those guys, the digital marketing guys, where they have like money. Literally, I could pull up one right now.
It's like crypto investor.
Yeah. Like money bags in the bio, and then all their profiles just like Lambo, Louis duffel bags, like private jet. Yeah, those type of guys.
That's red flag.
Yeah, because half the time they're doing that to mask their appearance.
But be honest, have you ever gone on a date with one of these guys?
One of those guys? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Because, like, for example, some girls will tell me, oh, I hate guys who take, like, shirtless mirror selfies. And then she'll be like, oh, I'm dating this new guy. I'm like, oh, let me see his Instagram. It's like shirtless mirror selfie, like number one. It's but he's hot. So it's like, okay, it overrides it. But
yeah,
guys, but money doesn't seem like it's a big thing for you.
No.
So.
More time.
Why, Sydney?
That I'd
Why?
like to admit.
Like, there's hot guys who are also rich. Like, find those guys.
I'm learning that. I'm all about growing together. I'm like a lover girl.
Okay.
Like, definition
Hopeless
of a lover
romantic
girl.
type?
Maybe. Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm ruled by the planet of Venus.
Oh, interesting.
He's like, what the fuck does that mean?
You are a Libra, correct? I saw it on your...
Wait, is it on the right way?
Yes, yeah. Right. It's, you guys are dangerous.
Yeah, I've heard
bad for my mental health,
what
but
are
very
you?
fun. I'm the best one.
What is that?
Pisces.
No!
What do you mean, no? But we're
no hate, no shade.
We're toxic in a good way. We're like fun toxic.
Y'all don't talk about stuff that's bothering you until you're like completely fucking fed up and then explode. And it's like, listen, bro, we could have avoided this whole explosion if you told me what was bothering you. I'm like getting really into it. If you told me what was bothering you. Well, I'll tell you what
we do. So usually like if I'm like have like trauma or like angry emotions, a lot of girls will tell me, Zach, you should go to therapy or something like this. But I have this better.
Telling you to go to therapy. How many girls have told you?
I get blocked a lot. It's not my fault though.
No, really.
But I have this strategy which saves me a lot of money in therapy. Where instead you find any mirror, bathroom mirror, bedroom mirror, look yourself deep in the eyes, and you take your emotions and you stuff them deep down in your psyche, and it works really well for me.
I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good.
I always feel better.
I feel like once it comes to the surface, it's not so pretty because it's like a throw up of emotions.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably what gets you blocked.
I call it a long fuse big bomb. Long fuse big bomb.
Yes, that is how Pisces are.
Yeah.
But you know what? Pisces are very creative. I could tell. Wow, your little.
Well, most Pisces typically are smart, funny, attractive, good looking, smart, funny, and attractive.
Yeah.
Even my mom said so.
I'd have to agree. I'd have to agree from experience. I'd have to agree.
When you're in toxic relationships, when you get into a toxic relationship, in the back of your mind, it's like, do you know he's toxic, but you're like, he's just so exciting? Or are you like completely unaware and you get blindsided and like, oh shit, this guy is not good for me?
Yeah, so I think my college relationship was like the definition of toxic. But I think toxic kind of, you don't know you're getting into a toxic relationship. I think it happens as the relationship progresses. You know what I mean? So I would say, because there's certain things that start to happen where it's like, but with I would say my most toxic relationship was my relationship from college. And it got to the point where I actually lost all respect for him. So I started treating him in that way. We went long distance.
But then why even stay with him?
I just liked having someone, I think. It wasn't even about him. I think I just liked FaceTiming someone, and like anyone that he's answer the phone at all times. He's going to take me out, Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I see.
Yeah,
And was there part of it that felt good? Like, yeah, I'm getting you back too. I know you're fucking around, but I'm fucking around too.
toxic relationships aren't it though.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and one of my friends like likes that. She like, some people like it.
A lot of girls like that.
I don't like it.
I have a friend that she always gets hurt by like toxic guys. And she always like comes to me for like relationship advice. I tell her about my relationships. It's like one of those friendships. And every time, oh, I got this new guy. He's flying me out to Miami. And I'm like, okay, he's flying you to Miami. I take one look at his Instagram. I'm like, he's a fuck boy. Like he looks exactly like a fuck boy.
Yeah. So I would say that I want to say I have toxic tendencies unintentionally. And I think it's the Libra in me.
Probably.
I think Libras are because they're very logical and they believe in balance. And they're always thinking in their head, like they're probably 3 steps ahead, always, They're a little bit of schemers too, which isn't so good. But I have really, especially since my breakup, have focused on myself because you know what? He cheated, but I think that also we were both, I think I was emotionally immature, And I think I went on Love Island to, obviously I wanted to I kept telling the producers, put me in so I can find Bae, That's what I said during the whole casting process. But I don't think I was actually expecting to fall in love for real on the show. And I'm honestly can say that I'm not sure I was ready to get into a relationship as much as I thought that I was, because there was patterns that were happening that I'm like reflecting on now, looking back, like, why you act like that? Like, why did you do that? But I think, shit that happens always prepares you for something better and like something bigger. And I think I've grown a lot as a person because of that experience. And I know myself more. I think that I also needed that breakup to happen for me to truly step into my best self, because I can say that I feel like I am at my best version of myself so far in my life. I always say I never peak in my life. I just continue to grow up.
Up and to the right.
Yes. Up. So I feel like I needed that to happen to elevate me, pretty much.
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it, and I feel like you have a good outlook on this. You either get out of a bad relationship and you become jaded and hate everything, or you get out of a relationship, you're like, okay, I learned some lessons. And the way I look at it is like, okay, let's say I go on vacation tomorrow to like Europe or something. I have this amazing time in Europe. Everything's great. And I'm there for 3 months. And then I have to come back home eventually.
Yeah.
I don't regret going to Europe because I had to go back home. Like, you still had a great time in Europe. Yeah. You had fun. Everything happened for a reason. Yeah. And now you're just back home and okay, life moves on.
Yeah, it's crazy. The time never stops, It's so crazy. I feel like, I don't know if you've ever gone through this in a breakup, but when time goes on at first, you're like, fuck, time is moving on, Like, it's hard. But then as more time goes on, it's like you almost change. Your mind changes and you look back and think of it differently than you did prior, like more like, instead of, I can't believe this happened, it's more like, wow, like, look at my life now. Like, this would have never happened. Everything is so interconnected to each other. And I think it's hard to see that when you're in dark times. But I definitely was jaded for a minute. Don't get me wrong here. Holy shit. Yeah. I think I was jaded from up until 2024. I actually dropped off the grid for New Year's. I stopped talking to all my friends. And I went to Mexico with some random people. I went to Tulum.
You seem like you would be a fun person to party with.
Literally just dropped off the grid, didn't tell any of my friends. I told my mother. My mom was my biggest advocate for going. She was like, yo, she's fucked up right now. Like, go to Mexico. And I had a spiritual awakening. And on New Year's Eve, I just remember looking around. I don't know you. Well, let's drink and let's dance. Like, I had the best time. And all my friends were like, what the fuck are you doing in Mexico? Like, all of a sudden, just post up Tulum. Like, hey.
Of course it's Tulum. It's always fucking Tulum.
Yes. And I had the best time ever. I made a bunch of new friends. And that's when my true, like, healing started. The end of 2023, I was a fucking wreck. I was a fucking wreck. Then I went to Mexico and I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah, and now I'm here. So
Interesting.
yeah, 2024 has been great so far.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah.
What's next for you goals wise? What are you getting yourself into?
So I've really been grinding. I have been really modeling a lot more, which is super exciting because I've been putting all this work into myself. It's starting to show, and like I've gotten my vibration higher even. I know you're not a really spiritual person.
We'll talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about it. But because my vibration is so high, everything is being attracted to me, which is that's science. When the atoms are moving, like more comes together. You're probably like, this bitch is crazy.
I wish my co-host was here because he's big into that stuff too, and we always argue about it. Yeah,
we'll have to do a whole nother segment, a debate.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yeah, so I've been working with a lot of different photographers, just doing some test shoots, and the more test shoots that I'm doing, the more attention that I'm getting, which is really, really good. All baby steps, of course. And I also, I've always loved Snapchat. I've always loved it, and my Snapchat is actually my fastest growing platform right now. So if you're on my Snap, I really love you.
Give a shout out. What's your thing?
Oh, my Snap. All of my social handles are Sydney Paight, first and last name. Snap homies, if you hear. I love y'all the most. Yeah. So trying to grow my Snap, I'm really just trying to find myself organically, you know? Like, that's what this whole thing is, especially after that breakup happened. I'm like, okay, who is Sydney? You know, what is next for me? I think the biggest change in mindset that I had to go through was, oh my God, this relationship is over. Because all I knew was that relationship post-show. I'd never experienced post-show single, ever. I was like, oh my God, it's over. Like, it's over. I have to go back to like a different life. To, holy shit, the opportunities are endless. What the fuck? Like, I'm still just as cool. I'm just single. So
yeah.
That's the mindset shift that I had to do in Mexico.
Your spiritual awakening.
In Mexico, yes. The randoms helped me open up my eyes.
Sometimes you need a couple randos giving you advice.
I actually have a funny ass video of me on New Year's Eve just in the club with all of them, like chugging like champagne and stuff. It's so funny. My friends are like, where are you? Who are those people?
I will say Libras are the funnest to party with, by far.
I'm the life of the party.
And Geminis, but Geminis will stab you in the back. Yeah. But they are very fun.
Geminis are fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
My ex-best friend in college was a Gemini. I'm sorry, but if you're watching this, she's so fucking bro. My God.
All right, let's talk manifestation. So when you manifest something, how does that work?
So there's a lot of different opinions on this. I think it's different for everybody. I think to truly manifest something, so I've been told that my tongue is very powerful, and I've always said my whole life, I've spoken everything into existence.
Okay.
Like everything. And I think where it comes down to is you have to truly know what you desire. You have to make that connection with your higher self. I literally threaded the other day. The universe always brings you what you truly desire, but sometimes your higher self only knows what you truly desire, or only your higher self knows what you desire. So where was I going with that?
So you know what you want now.
Okay. Yeah. You speak it into existence. Everybody is different. I've been like, you can write stuff down, but in order to manifest something, you have to truly believe that it's going to happen.
Okay.
And then slowly you'll start to notice, because you believe and you want it to happen, you're going to make those steps for it to happen. Like, it's truly not that big of a concept. It's pretty much like working towards your goals, you know?
Oh, see, I believe in manifestation from that standpoint. Yeah,
okay, there we go. Boy math. Boy math.
Like, I believe in it. The hard part is, like, all my stuff in life, I use reverse manifestation. I use anti-manifestation.
What the fuck? What is that?
So, you know, most people, they're like, visualize your success, imagine yourself already having that success. So I always got made fun of in high school because I was like, my family was poor and I was super awkward and like shy around girls, right?
Wow, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm happy that it happened because then my girlfriend cheated on me after 3.5 years. And I was so sick of getting picked on for being poor that I started manifesting in reverse. So I started visualizing, okay, what's my life like if I'm just broke the rest of my life? I never get successful.
So you light a fire under your
Yeah,
ass.
everybody makes fun of me. You know, I pull up to my girl's house in like a Honda Corolla and beep,
Not
beep.
the Honda Corolla,
Hop
the Honda
in, babe.
Civic.
We're going to Applebee's tonight. I got the coupon book.
Stop. Someone took me to Applebee's before.
Ooh. Is that a ick? What about Cheesecake Factory?
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, so that's okay.
I'd be down. I'm down for Cheesecake
Wait,
Factory.
why is Cheesecake Factory a higher level than
Bro, are
Applebee's?
you kidding me? Kathy Hilton just went on an interview talking about she goes to Cheesecake Factory once a week with Rick Hilton.
Interesting,
Yeah, that
interesting.
shit is gas.
Wait, so the Applebee's one, he just, it was a first date, you said yes?
It wasn't a first date.
Oh,
It
I
wasn't
see.
a first date.
But that's fair. If you guys are already kind of dating, you know.
Nah, bro, I don't want to go to Applebee's.
Really?
Like that's not for me. Do I look like an Applebee's type of
Not
bitch?
at all. Not at all. But you also don't look like, you look like I go to Catch Steak.
Low key, Catch
And
Steak
Nobu.
is so mid.
I like Catch Steak.
It's okay, but honestly, like you're eating a mainstream steak dinner for like $500.
Oh, it's overpriced, 100%. Yeah.
And it's like I could go to like fucking, I don't know, what's a crazy good steakhouse here?
Like Mastro's or something.
Yeah, for the same thing, you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'd rather go to Catch. Anyway, that's different.
Our bougie self.
Yeah. If I'm spending money, like I want it to be good. It's like I feel like I could eat that dinner anywhere in Texas, but whatever. That's a different.
But I'm surprised you said no to Applebee's because you don't care about money that much. Usually girls who say no to Applebee's, it's like money's important to them or some kind of like success.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was just, I don't know what it was about. I think I knew there's a difference between not having money and being a bum.
Interesting. Okay, explain.
Being a bum is like you let yourself go. You have no work ethic. You leech off other people. Whereas having no money is like, listen, I didn't ask for this. I'm working towards it. I'm young, you know. I've never dated an older guy.
What's the oldest?
He's 34.
That's not old. 34?
I'm 24.
Yeah, that's like 10
My
years.
ex is 23 as of 2 days ago.
You dated a younger guy, I think? Okay, that's your first problem.
But that was on when you're
Oh,
on
yeah,
Love
Love
Island.
Island, yeah,
I'm
okay,
like,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
how old are you when we leave the
Yeah,
show?
yeah.
You know, like, what's your last name?
That's true, that's true.
It's like,
that's
oh
true.
shit. Which I will say, a lot of people don't understand. They're like, these Love Island relationships never work. Yeah, you're in a simulation, in a bubble. Oh my God, you're getting dressed, you know, you're getting fed. These dates are like exquisite. You fall in love because you're in like a paradise.
Well, also, I think there's like a psychology to like, there's this level of like competition and scarcity and kind of like, oh shit, now there's like another girl. Oh shit, now there's another guy. And it's like, there's a level of like
it
that.
brings
like,
up the demand, the desire.
it does, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. That, and it's like, listen, like we quarantined for a month before. I haven't seen anybody, you know?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh
yeah.
my God, he's so hot because I haven't seen another
He was
human.
very attractive dude, for sure.
He is.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, too, that people don't realize. They say, oh, these Love Island relationships never work out. I'm like, most relationships never work out. Like 90% of relationships don't end in marriage.
And listen, we didn't have phones. We didn't have bills. We had nothing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the show ends. Listen, love you, babe. You're going home to Miami. I'm going home to LA. Like,
Yeah.
when am I going to see you?
Yeah.
But our relationship was real. We wanted to make it work. We were so young. We were like, okay, we're going to make this work because you know what? At the end of the day, everyone's like, oh, all this like Love Island stuff. I didn't even think about like Love Island truly feels like a fucking fever dream to me and my friends. He was my long distance boyfriend. You know, like it was like.
Well, it's interesting because I've always been curious, like, and you don't have to like say any names or anything, but were there some people on the show that you were like, oh yeah, you're definitely here for the clout? Like you definitely do not give a fuck about falling in love. You want the followers, you want the clout.
Yes.
Interesting.
I would say, yeah.
You can say names if you want. Call them out.
Who else? I'm trying to think. Honestly, I feel like the guys... Oh, I also said this in my group chat the other day. Boys are the biggest in America.
Oh, of course.
It's crazy. I can't believe me and my girls, like, I feel like we're some top tier women.
Love
it's hard
Island.
to find guys that want to go do that.
No. For one thing, I guarantee they're intentionally getting the biggest fuckboys because they want the drama and they want,
Yeah.
Number two, they're getting all guys who are like super good looking. So if you're a guy and you're that good looking, like odds are you're going to be a fuckboy just because you have the like most guys, if they could be fuckboys, they would be fuckboys.
Yeah.
Most guys just can't because like they don't have the riz, they're not good looking enough, they don't have the money, whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just not fuckboys because...
I think it's so interesting also, like, watching all of our social medias after, because, listen, each person, a lot of people go through casting for Love Island. A lot of people. Yeah. So to be selected, to be put on the show, it's all for our own special reason. You know what I mean? Like... They put us on because of a special reason. So it's like everybody is like special in their own way. So it's so interesting to put them all together and see the different personalities,
I'm pretty sure how it works is there's literally, it's like a normal movie. Like if you go to the Avengers, right? It's like, okay, we need a villain. Yeah. We need like the nice girl.
Yeah.
We need the wild, fun one. We need like the romantic guy. Yeah. Like they have like all their archetypes. They're like, okay, you fit this role, you fit this role, and they cast like that.
Oh, my role was 100% pre-picked for me. I was going to be the sweet girl, the innocent girl that
Texas,
cries
Southern.
all the time. Yeah.
I
mean, I did cry a lot, so they're like perfect.
They're like, it worked.
Yeah, they're like, we're right.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, that you did find, like, a real relationship on there because...
I know. It was crazy. And like I said, like, it was honestly like a fever dream. And I wasn't expecting... I don't think I was even ready to find that, as I thought I was.
Yeah. And yeah, I do think just the experience of the show is set up in a way like, yeah, you're just, like, sitting there sipping margaritas by the pool all day.
I wish. We couldn't even drink.
It's like, oh, really?
The fuck? Yeah.
I would assume they would make you drink so you'd say more wild shit.
No.
Okay.
Like, one time, like, one of the first nights, a huge-ass fight broke out, and they were just like, we're not that kind of show. No, we could have one glass of wine at night, sometimes two. Usually if someone's getting booted, we get a second one. That's it. That's it, yeah.
Interesting.
That actually helped me, though. I feel like... when you start dating, you get nervous, so you drink. Yeah. I feel like that helped me be like, I don't need alcohol, because I fucking did sober stuff. Like, I went to a fucking hideaway completely sober. Like, didn't even know him. You're
like, well, I guess I have no other option at this point.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, we don't need alcohol. Like, what's up? Yeah.
No, I tell people my favorite first date activity with girls is literally just drinks. It's simple. There's no pressure. Loosen up a little bit, Yeah. And then, okay, maybe dinner the second day.
All right. Where are you taking a girl on her first date? Are you single?
Yeah. Okay. Recently. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How recent?
A couple months. Not that recent.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
How long did y'all date?
4 or 5 months.
Oh.
So long for LA, short for everywhere else in the world, yeah.
You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
All right, bet. Yeah. All right, keep going though.
It's being a guy. It's just kind of like our emotions are wired differently. Like I said,
it's so fucking annoying.
I just took the relationship, stuffed it deep down, and now I'm back.
So annoying. I actually almost bought a book on how the male brain works because I was so confused.
No, we're way easier to understand. We're logical. We just say what we mean.
You don't understand how mind-fucked I was after my breakup. I'm like trying to figure out. I'm the type of girl that needs like answers. Like I don't like when something is happening to me. I'm like, why is this happening? Like, and when I don't get the answers from said person, I'm going to find out the fucking answers. I'm going to read a book on how your brain is working. Like,
Did you find out any secrets?
you know what? I didn't actually read that book, so I'm not a big reader. I'm not a big reader, and
I'm not either. You got to get the audiobook. You got to get the audiobook.
Dude, my mom's up my ass every day. She wants to do some Audible, like, she's like, did you read? She's trying to get me to read this book, and she's like, did you read it? Did you read it? Did you read it? I'm like, no, I'm not a big reader. But I think as time went on, I just slowly stopped caring about how his brain was working, you know? Like, I just, like, don't care about the situation anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you a little bit of insight. The problem is, if you're a guy who can get girls and get attractive girls, you have things that attractive girls want, right? Maybe you're really good looking, you got the riz, you got the swag, you know how to carry yourself, maybe you're successful.
That's the surface, though. Sure, take them home. But what else?
But the thing is, if you're that kind of guy, there's not that many guys like that. So if you have all these things and you're a guy, most guys are going to use that to their advantage.
No, 100%. Yeah. And it's like, it's a great mask to put on. It's a great mask. Oh, I'm fucking hot. Let's go home from the club. Okay, next day. Where are we going to breakfast? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you don't care, you don't care. But it's like, that's only the surface. So a lot of guys, yes, they have that. They're super hot. They have riz, but they don't have what's underneath, which is what makes them not valuable.
Yeah, but would you date a guy who wasn't that attractive? And would you give up that side of things to find a guy who's like, okay, he has all the inner...
Like perfect. Like he's a 1, but he's perfect on the inside.
Yeah, he's just like amazing personality.
I always, because do you watch Love is Blind?
I've seen one of the seasons, yeah.
Yeah. So I always think about that. And if I'm being 100% honest, at this point in my life, no. Like,
I appreciate the honesty because most girls would say, oh no, totally. I'm like,
no,
a 1.
Yeah, I'm really picky about like the guys that I talk to too. Like, I'm not afraid to just ghost and never respond. Like, I literally had a guy text me, don't respond. Then he texts, oh my God, that's so much blue.
That's so much blue.
Because
the bubbles.
He said didn't respond. Wait, what was I saying?
That's hilarious. You seem like you'd have like some like funny icks.
Oh, I've seen a lot of things.
I've become scared of waiters recently because I got traumatized.
What happened?
I was talking to this girl and she was telling me like, oh yeah, this like ex she had or whatever. Oh yeah, I was like really in love with him. I was like, yeah, what happened? She's like, yeah, one time we're at like dinner and like the waiter walks by and she's like, oh, like I want another drink. He's like, oh, excuse me. And the waiter just like keeps walking because he like didn't hear him. And she was like, it was the biggest ick. Like the waiter just ignored him and kept walking. Yeah. And now I'm like, every time I ask for the waiter, I say it's super fucking loud. Like obnoxiously loud. I'm like, hey, excuse me. Because I'm like, oh, what if she gets the ick?
Okay, that's a little harsh.
Yeah.
That's a little harsh.
Or like the turn signal one. You know?
I hear LA girls are really savage.
Here's the interesting thing. So I got I've never done the sugar daddy thing, right? I've been accused of doing the sugar daddy thing though by one of my friends, and she's like, because I was raised very chivalrous, right? My dad's old school as fuck, so he's like, okay, you take a girl on a date, like I'm paying for it, like none of this like, oh, splitsies, like it's weird to me. It feels weird, right?
Yeah.
If we're walking on the sidewalk, like I'm on the car side, so a car comes, stop the car with one hand, like protect my girl with the other.
Yeah.
Shit,
the sidewalk rule.
Yeah, sidewalk
I didn't even
rule.
know what that was until my last relationship.
Really? You're from Texas. This is like, I thought Texas
Dude,
was like chivalry.
Shook. He was shook. I was like, he would always be like, you always walk on that side. And I'm like, he's like, that's not right.
Yeah.
Every time I was just like, so I'm new to that rule.
I see.
But that's funny that you said that.
But then like, I like to travel a lot. So if I'm going to Europe or Australia or something, I'm dating a girl, like I'm going to take her with me. And like I'm paying for the Airbnb and the flight. I'm not, oh, here's the Venmo request for the $87. And one of my friends, she's like one of the most like powerful sugar babies I've ever met. Like she has like 10 sugar daddies.
No way.
It's like, have you seen the Avengers?
Yeah.
She has like, she has like one sugar daddy like pays her rent. One of them like buys her purses.
Bro, does she fuck them?
Some of them yes, some of them no. And she has like all the infinity stones of like the sugar daddies, you know. She's like very
Sugar
powerful.
daddies are like a lot of work. It's like a lot of work.
But here's the thing. So we're with our friends, right? And she's like, Zach, you know you're a sugar daddy. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, Zach, every guy pays for girls in some way. Maybe it's only drinks, maybe it's dinner, maybe it's trips, maybe it's bags, maybe it's rent, right? She's like, every guy's a sugar daddy. There's just high class and low class sugar daddies. And I was mad because I'm smarter than her and I couldn't think of a good comeback. And she kind of like beat me in the battle in front of my friends, you know what I mean? But I was like, that's a good point though.
I don't even know what I would say to that because I don't even understand that really.
Well, like for example,
her mindset is murked.
But like the Uber ride, right? Like that's a very like gray area of like some guys would say, oh yeah, like I don't pay for an Uber for a girl because like I'm not a sugar daddy. Like you have your own mode of transportation you get here.
Yeah.
Some guys would say, oh, that's completely normal. I live in LA. I'm gonna get the girl her Uber. That's chivalry.
Yeah.
Like it's very gray area.
Yeah. And like I said, I've also never been like treated super like money wise. I've never been with someone with a lot of money, but my friends have. And so they're in my ear like, he should pay for the Uber, you know? So therefore, but then I come back to earth and I'm like, bitch, this is what happened in the last relationship. Be true to yourself. Namaste.
Namaste, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't even care.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting though. And I look at it to some extent too, of it's just like a practical thing. Like, okay, I'm 32. I have my business. Everything worked out for me, but I've also had like 10 years to make it happen.
Yeah.
If I want to date younger girls, which I typically do date girls who are younger than me, although I haven't dated the 1920 in a while. I had a bad experience with the last one.
How old was she?
19. It was the last 19-year-old I dated. And,
was she in college?
Don't worry about it. She almost got me arrested for animal cruelty, but it wasn't my fault.
Okay, I don't even want to know what happened because I'll probably start crying.
No, it's not even bad like that.
Okay.
It was my fake dog, yeah. Okay, so we're going to Six Flags, right?
Okay.
And we're driving her. My car was in the shop, so we're driving her dad's bright red Camaro, right? He loves this car, which was bad for me later on. And she's driving. She was worst driver I've ever seen. In fact, we didn't even have to go to Six Flags. The car ride over was scarier than any of the roller coasters.
I relate to that. I'm bad at driving.
So we're talking in the car, and she's like, on the way, like, oh, where's the craziest place you had sex? And like, we're talking about this, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, I've never had car sex before. So I knew her family was rich. And we get to Six Flags. She's like, oh, let's like go park over there and like, it'll be fun. I'm like, babe, okay. I'm an expert at Six Flags. If you get there in the morning,
are you like a season pass?
I'm a season veteran. Yes. You have 2 hours to hit X2, Twisted Colossus, and Superman.
Not the name drop.
If you don't, even with Fast Pass, that's going to be like a 2-hour wait. You're sitting in line with the peasants, fucking...
Not the peasants!
Picking their nose and playing 20 questions. I'm a seal. I'm a walrus. I'm like, do you want to sit with the peasants or do you want to ride roller coasters?
Yeah.
She's like, okay, babe, we get out. Mm-hmm. Have a great time in Six Flags. And here's where your manifestation stuff comes back into play. So we get back to the car, and it's night out, and all the cars around her car had left. So there's a big like circle around the car.
It's meant to be.
And the light that was above the car was out. And she's like, Zach, the universe is manifesting us to have car sex. If we don't have car sex, we're going to have bad karma. I didn't want bad karma.
I don't know why she put it that way.
She said the universe will be mad at us, give us bad karma. I didn't want to have bad karma.
Definitely like guilt, like she manipulated that situation.
Did she gaslight me?
Yes.
Oh shit.
And where you're gonna have bad karma if you don't have sex with me?
Did I get assaulted? I got manipulated into having sex.
That's low key. That's low key fucked up. Oh my god, I'm weak.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist about this.
Yeah.
And by my therapist, I mean my mom.
Yeah.
So then we start having car sex, and she's riding me, and she has her hand on the shifter, and she's like pushing off of it for leverage. And she's hooking up with me, and all of a sudden I just hear this. And I'm like, what the fuck? She was like, oh shit. And she had broken the shifter where it wouldn't catch anything. So you couldn't get the car out of park. It was like locked into park.
Yeah.
So we tow the car. I Uber home. And the next day, I go and like see her, and her dad's like fucking pissed because she told her dad with her fucking 2 brain cells because she didn't want to tell him what happened. So she's like, yeah, we're in Six Flags. Zach's dog was in the car, and he must have broke the shifter when we're in Six Flags. First of all, I don't even have a dog. This is a made-up dog that she lied to her dad.
Oh, animal cruelty thing.
Yeah. So then I had to pretend like I had this fake dog that I left in a hot car for fucking 8 hours.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And I just like don't know how to treat an animal correctly.
Yeah, she was 19.
Yeah, she was
How old
19.
were you?
31.
Okay, so this was like, what, 6 months ago? Is this your
It was like a
ex?
year. No, it's not one after that. Yeah.
Okay, wait. How old is the last girl that you dated?
24.
Okay, this is my age.
I like the kind of 23 to 26 is kind of, okay, they're not so young where I can't connect with them.
Yeah.
But also they're still young, you know.
Sometimes they have immature tendencies, you know. Are you, okay, when you're in a relationship, are you texting all day or
No.
just like checkpoints, you know, like, hey, good morning, have a good day?
Yeah, sometimes not even that. I'm very like dry.
So, okay. And you're a Pisces?
I'm just busy.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think that's something that I also struggled with in my breakup is because we were trauma bonded, one. Second of all, we talked every second of the day.
I see. So you're always texting.
And on the phone to the point where like we wanted to hang up if we were with our friends. We were like, why can't I come on the phone?
So you'd be like hanging out with your friends and he's just on speaker or on FaceTime or something? You guys are just...
The FaceTime sleepovers. Like
Sleepovers? So you just left it on and go to sleep? That's hilarious.
Giving immature relationships
That's
for sure.
hilarious.
Giving high school for sure.
That's really funny.
I know.
I've never heard of that before. Did you set up like a tripod so you could like watch each other sleep?
No.
What's that movie? Paranormal Activity?
Imagine. No. It didn't get that deep.
That's hilarious. That's actually really funny. So you're really you like relationships where you're kind of, you fall in love to the point where you're just like in love.
Mm-hmm. I have been told that I am ruled by the planet of Venus, and I think most Libras are.
And what does that mean?
Venus is the planet of love.
Okay.
So I'm just like a lover girl to
romantic.
my core.
I see.
I don't know, I don't know what it is. I learned that when I was on Love Island, actually, because before then when I got out of my college relationship, I put up this facade of like, I don't care about anybody. And I had such a wall up because he fucked me over. He tried to cheat on me with my male roommate.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you have any inkling that he was bi or gay?
No.
How did you find out?
My roommate texted me, showed me the snap messages, the pictures. I saw. He was so scared. He was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. Was it worse that it was a guy, or would it have been worse if it was a girl?
Oh, I'm sure he cheated on me with girls too.
But like what like hurts more? You know what I mean?
The fucking stupidity.
No, I know. Yeah. But like I'm saying, like, would you
There's just no coming back from that, you know? Like,
Well,
you don't even like my species.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, for example, a girl got mad at me one time. Well, she said I was like homophobic or something because I told her like, hey, if I'm dating a girl and you know she hooks up with a guy, I'd be super pissed. If she hooks up with a girl, I wouldn't even be mad. Like, I literally wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, tell me about it. You know what I mean? And I don't care if it's a girl because, and maybe this is my ego talking, but I'm like, oh, it's not she didn't like me. She just likes girls. It's a different category. But if she cheats on me with a guy, it feels like, oh, am I not good enough? Like, what does this guy have that I don't have, you know?
Yeah.
Is it the same way with girls or is it different?
I don't know. All I know is I was grossed the fuck out and had to fucking...
Wait, did you ask him? Did you confront him? Like, yo, what the fuck?
Dude, yeah, I was literally like, yo, this is done forever. I don't know. I was like, I don't even want to know. We don't need to talk about it, but this is done.
What did he say? Did he like try to defend himself? Did he try to deny it?
Of course he did. I was like,
You're like,
I don't even think I responded
right
for
here.
8 months. I don't even think I responded for 8 months. I literally was like, fuck you. Like, you're for the streets.
You're for the streets.
Yeah. I think I responded like 8 months later and was like, hey, like, still fuck you, but I want to let you know that I'm leaving Texas. So bye.
Interesting. I did want to, we're running out of time here, but I did want to get a couple questions. Okay. I know you mentioned before the show, in terms of the modeling industry, you said sometimes it's actually harder being a reality star.
Yeah, I think there's a few things that come into play. I think my social media following, and this doesn't apply to really the modeling industry because you don't need to have a following to be a model. Mm-hmm. But my following is all Love Island fans. So it's hard to break that bubble from all my fans care about is Love Island, you know, and it's like I want them to care about me. And it's like, I feel like a lot of brands also kind of like categorize reality TV people into one category. Mm-hmm. And it all comes down to metrics too, but it's definitely harder because I feel like they even say like it's hard to get into acting if you're in reality TV. Like it's just like I feel like you have to work harder to be taken seriously. Like, hey, I'm not this girl that's making out on television. Like, you know, I want to be a model. Like, I think it's the digital footprint almost, you know, that, I don't know. I thought when I went on this show, like it would be so easy, and it's honestly been really tough, you know, to get my footing and figure out like, who am I? Because it's like as time goes on, like, yes, Love Island is something I did. It's not who I am, you know? So.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think in general, I never understood it till, so the first like actual like beautiful girl that I dated, right? Before that, coming from Wisconsin, you know, you kind of just assume hot girl in LA, free trips, free drinks at the club,
dude,
everything's
your mind
easy.
was probably blown when you came from Wisconsin to LA.
Oh, it was crazy.
You're probably like,
they're like, oh yeah, there's bottle service. I'm like, what is bottle service?
Really?
They're like, oh yeah, we just bought a table. I'm like off IKEA? Like, what do you mean you bought a table?
Oh
like, what
God,
are you talking? It was crazy. That doesn't exist in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's actually funny. So my friends came and visited one time, and they're like, oh, dude, we're going to Poppy. I heard it's really good. I'm like, don't go to Poppy. You're not going to get in. You're 4 dudes who don't know how to dress. Like, there's no way you're getting into Poppy. They're like, no, everybody says it's the best place. They waited there for like 3 hours. They're like, dude, we were in line for so long. The line wasn't even moving. I'm like, there's no line. There's just a crowd of people, and they just pick the hot girls out and try to make you buy a table. Like, that's how it is, you know?
You know, I got denied from Poppy.
No way. I'm surprised. Because it's not like Poppy's like...
You know why?
Why?
Because I didn't look like my ID.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant... Okay, I see.
They were like, this isn't you. And I was like, yes, it is.
Like when you're like not 21, I'm assuming.
No, I was of age. This was like 6 months ago. Yeah. I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
Bro, I was like, come on.
They thought you were trying to sneak in.
Yes, because I've had some work done. So they were like, this isn't you. And I was like, damn right, that's me. Like, call the cops. And they're like, no, you're not getting in. I don't give a fuck. It's so wild because I was with my friend from the show, actually. I hadn't seen her since we wrapped filming. Mm-hmm. And she had a table at Poppy. I couldn't even fucking go.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, like, you look young, but it's not like I'd be like, oh, dude, this girl's 14 or something, you know?
It's not because they thought I looked young. They thought I was... Yeah, I guess. They didn't think the ID was me. I don't know. Something was weird.
That's crazy.
Something was weird. Yeah, I just thought that was... So now every time I go there, I'm like, fuck. Because I have the same ID, so...
so it's like the same bouncer, and you're like, hey, it's me again.
Like, I don't know if I'm getting it.
I don't like Poppy that much anyway. I feel like it used to be better. It's kind of on the downswing.
I've been one time.
Country night or one or the other?
I don't know. Well, my friend is on Farmer Wants a Wife right now. So we yeah. So we went for her premiere party.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's the only time that I've been there.
All right. Well, we're about out of time. We got one question we always ask people at the end. Is the green bubble a red flag?
Yes. 1000%. Yes.
We're doing a competition with me and my co-host.
Really?
Yeah. And he has an Android, so he's like, bro, the specs are better. The camera quality is actually better than an iPhone. I need to meet this guy.
Yes, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. You never know if your message is sent or what.
It's like, is this a scam or is this a real person?
You can't
I'm not
FaceTime.
sure.
What do you, Skype?
I know. No, he's like, oh, bro, WhatsApp.
Oh,
nobody
bro,
wants to
if you
download
have to
your
use
third world
WhatsApp,
app.
like what? Like just get a phone that can do everything, you know? That's funny.
That's
funny.
All right, well, this has been fun. Why don't you give another shout out? Where can people find you? Social media, tags, stuff like that.
Yes. Sydney Paight, my handle on everything. I'm on Instagram, Snap, TikTok, Snap. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening.